Hey guys, Project Pat 345 coming at you with another deck profile. First off, I just want to say that I will be at YCS Philly. So if you guys want to talk or trade or whatever, just hit me up. This is a deck that I've been wanting to throw together for a while, just for fun. But in talking to my friends, I actually might play it for Philly. Still not 100% sure. It is Chainburn. I'm torn between this and Chaos Dragons. Of course, I don't have tour guides yet, so obviously it's the budget build for Chaos Dragons, but it still works fine. The only thing I'm worried about is that the deck obviously hardcore loses to Bottomless and Deep Prison, which a lot of people are starting to main because of that reason. And I also expect a lot of mirror matches and things like Electric Virus and even Dragon Capture Jar. You know, just random side deck cards like that messing me up. So I decided to play this, even though it does get messed up by Decree. I've noticed a lot of decks are starting to main it less and less, and they're starting to play Dust Tornado instead. So I'm just gonna take this to locals tomorrow and see how it does. Like I said, I'm still not 100% sure what I'm gonna play, but I'll get your guys' feedback on that. And any suggestions with this deck is especially appreciated. First off with Triple Scarecrow. It's one of the best stall cards of the deck. And you guys will realize this is a budget build for Chainburn, so I do not have cards, even though I would be playing it, obviously. I might if I can get my hands on them. But anyway, 3 Swift Scarecrow stops the attack, and it's really good. Same thing with Fader. A lot of people were choosing not to play this, which is understandable because it can be warninged. But the way I look at it is that I'm going to be playing Fader differently than I would Scarecrow. When it comes to Fader, I'm going to drop it when they're not exactly pushing for game. Usually the way Chainburn works is it's a bunch of stall until you draw your burn cards, and then you just pop off at once. So usually you're going to eat as much damage as you can afford, and then you're going to use all of your stall cards in a row, basically. Fader, I would use, like I said before, not if they're going for game. So that way if I do drop it and they do warning, I still will live. But also, too, they're going to have to be hesitant about using the warning because they know they're going to be playing against Chainburn, and there goes a fourth of their life to stop it when they know I have other stall cards. So I still play Triple Fader. I played Triple Lava Golem in the main, just because I wanted to see it as much as possible. You know, I just felt like it's a really good burn card, especially because of the 1,000 damage, you run enough stall that in theory, depending on your hand, you can kill them with just Lava Golem if they can't get rid of him. But it's a good card just to get rid of issue cards like Logia Dolka, Shan, Beast, Sparkion, things of that nature. So Lava Golem's still really good in 3. And I play one more in York. Yes, it's dead against Inzectors. If you play Inzectors, don't set it. It's not that hard. But against everything else, it's pretty much good. It replenishes your hand. It allows you to set your 5 back row and set Morphing Jar. They're not sure what it is, they'll attack, and then you replenish your hand. So Morphing Jar's good. It's only 10 monsters. Spells, Triple Duality. Some people cut it to 2. I decided to play 3. Just because it allows you to draw near combo pieces that you need. So it's good. Triple One Day of Peace. A lot of people will sit there and argue and say that this card is bad for this deck because it prevents all damage to either opponent. What you have to look at it is all of your burn cards that you play in the deck are -1s, meaning that they do not replace themselves. You're playing it and you're taking away your opponent's life points, and that's it. This card is good for 2 reasons. 1, because it buys you an extra turn, and 2, it basically makes up for the minus that you use when you use a burn card. Because you play it and you draw 1. So it's already paid for itself. And because you don't take damage next turn, when you draw next turn, it just gave you a +1. So that's why this card's good, even though you can't do damage that turn. So that's why the card's good for the deck. Double Chain Strike, it's pretty self-explanatory. You usually don't activate this on anything less than 2,000. Depending on how chains go, it can get up to, 32 or even more. So card's good. Then on to the traps. For the draw power, you play Triple Accumulated. Once again, a lot of people will... Sorry if that's a glare, guys. I didn't even see that. A lot of people will sit there and say that Triple Accumulated is bad because it needs to be Chainlink 4 or higher. people are idiots and they don't realize that chains can also start on your opponent's turn, people. So if Monster Effect activates or they activate a space or anything, you already one Chain Link in. So triple accumulated, it's good. It's your draw power of the deck. Triple Reckless, more draw power. This is supposed to be triple Jar of Greed. I'm getting them tomorrow. And triple Legacy. More draw power, they add Chain Links, and they basically pay for themselves when you activate them. Then onto the burn cards, you play triple Secret Barrel. It's one of the main burn cards, always has been, always will be for the most part. Triple Just Desserts. The card's really good, especially if, wind-ups are going for, like, an OTK or something like that, and you can Just Desserts them, usually for at least 1,500, if not more. And usually Secret Barrel is about 12. I chose to play double Magic Cylinder. Even though Insectors is a real deck, it is only one deck. So I felt that playing 2 was okay. I didn't want to go with the whole double Magic Cylinders, triple Dimension Wall, just because I felt like it would be dead too much. But I still felt like Magic Cylinders was really good in case you go against Rabbit. You can at least Magic Cylinders like a Saber Source or something like that against wind-ups, Saber Source, one of their, like a Leviathan Dragon, if they choose to. It's obviously really good against dragons because, a little more than a third of their life is completely gone with one of these. And especially if they see this early game and they don't know that you're not playing the D-Walls, they'll be hesitant to attack. So they're going to have to really think about it. So that's why I felt like it was good. Then double Geometrio. This card's absolutely stupid in this deck. It adds an extra 1,500 to Just Desserts. An extra however much it is for Secret Barrel. I can't even remember. I'm tired. It interrupts Exceed plays, interrupts Rabbit plays. It's just very good. You do have to learn how to play this smart, though, because your opponent can Solemn Warning this. So if you are pretty much going for a game and you feel they have Solemn Warning, usually the way you're supposed to play this card is you do all your Chain Links and you activate this last. Chain resolves backwards, this kicks in, and then Just Desserts, Secret Barrel, and so on. If you're reading a warning, you're going to want to activate this first, and then they're probably not going to Solemn Warning, unless they ever read. And then you let this resolve, they get their 3 tokens, and then you can Just Desserts, Secret Barrel, and things like that, so they can't do anything to stop this. That's the main deck, it's 40 cards. Extra deck really isn't anything special because you don't play anything. Onto the side deck, it is only 13 cards for right now, so I do need your guys' help trying to figure out what to play. Double Volcanic Queen. People will realize, as soon as they realize they're playing Chamber, they're not going to put more than one monster on the board, so that way you can't Lava Golem. That's where Volcanic Queen comes in. And it's basically in here the same reason Lava Golem is, but it's for when they go second, or when they go first, and they're only playing one monster at a time. Triple Twister. It goes in with the triple space and heavy. I can't find another MST, so that's supposed to be one of the cards missing. These are your cards that mainly go in against Decree, because game 1 is pretty much an auto win for this deck if you play it correctly. So that's why these are in here, just to stop Decree, because it's your biggest issue. I still decided to play double Shadow Imprisoning Mirror just because, it shuts down Dark Worlds even more. It does hurt Insectors. Even though it does take up 1 space, you can still activate it as part of a chain, and Dark Worlds just sit there and crumble. So that's why I decided to play it. And then I still decided to side the 3D walls, because like I said earlier, I felt as though dragons were going to be very prevalent at the event, just because the deck is so cheap to play, and the deck's obviously very good. So obviously you side this in against that, maybe the random TG matchup you see, or even the just like random stun, dragon stun, rabbit, things of that nature. Anything that you would has a fairly sized beater on board that you want to D-wall and inflict damage to them. So that's the Chamber deck, guys. If you have any questions, I will be at Philly. So just hit me up with a message or anything if you guys want to meet, talk, and trade. Alright, thanks guys. Comment, rate, subscribe.